2 months ago, and when you left the hospital, you were down to 546. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Have you been heavy all your 140 pounds? You're almost 4.5 times that. If you think losing 6 pounds a month is good progress, how motivated you are to change your eating habit, or how motivated you to change your life?
And 911 could come over because my door was unlocked and they could get me up.
Number 10, sisters' weight loss struggles. Lee and Rena, two sisters who faced years of bullying from their own mother, embarked on a weight loss journey by joining a clinic. Lee weighed 714 pounds and Rena weighed 542 pounds. The sisters met at a clinic where they developed a close bond and eventually became a couple. However, their relationship faced challenges due to the clinic's rules against dating and displaying affection. They chose to leave the clinic to be together. Since leaving the clinic, Lee and Rena have struggled with their shared food addiction, leading to weight gain and deteriorating health. They rely on Lee's sister for financial support and help with meals. When they visited Dr. Now, tensions arose as he questioned Lee's lack of significant weight loss after her surgery.
2 months ago, and when you left the hospital, you were down to 546. But Renee has lost almost 50 pounds at the same time.
Thanks.
You think it's funny? You have a guess that
You're
we're not
asking
talking
me
about
questions that I don't understand no more than you understand.
What are you talking about until you got the surgery? And now you're playing this kind of game and you think that's okay?
Either.
Do you look like you're malnourished? You overeating. It means the surgery is working to hold you back when you make bad choices.
Lee made excuses about difficulties with eating and vomiting, but Dr. Now emphasized that her choices were hindering her progress. Dr. Now stressed that the surgery was a tool to help Lee change her life, but she needed to confront the emotional factors driving her overeating. Frustrated, Lee attempted to end the conversation, but Dr. Now insisted on continuing. He called out Rena for her unacceptable behavior. In summary, Lee and Rena's weight loss journey has been filled with challenges and emotional struggles. Their relationship has complicated their progress, and Dr. Now's confrontation highlighted the need for them to address their underlying emotional issues and commit to the necessary lifestyle changes for successful weight loss and improved health.
Has done an excellent job of taking care of Lee.
To my mom screaming about my dad's face bleeding.
Hands, they would get onto us for showing any kind of emotion or attention to each other.
Around 9 or 10 probably, one night when I woke up to my mom screaming.
I didn't tell anybody over shame and embarrassment. The cousins that lived with us, there was 8 kids in our family growing up.
Phone, she was telling my dad that the reason she left was because of me, because I was a bad kid. For my mom to say that it was my fault.
Number 9, Shauna's weight loss journey. Shauna Collins, who recently had an appointment with Dr. Now, reflects on the challenges she's faced since losing the papers containing her diet and exercise plan. Shauna confesses to her friend Derrickis that she lost the papers, most likely in a hotel on her way back home. However, she's been hesitant to inform her mother or contact Dr. Now to request another copy. Despite this, Shauna remains hopeful that she's still losing weight and attributes her progress to Derrickis' help and her commitment to walking for exercise. Her mother has agreed to continue paying Derrickis to take care of her during this transition. Shauna expresses both excitement and apprehension about the move, as she believes it will offer her the opportunity to receive the support she needs to make significant changes in her life. However, Shauna's fear and nervousness prevent her from reaching out to Dr. Now to request a new copy of the lost papers. She imagines the doctor's disappointment and worries that he might question why she didn't contact him earlier. Shauna fears being judged for her forgetfulness and is afraid that Dr. Now will reject her from the program. She shares her anxieties with Derrickis, who encourages her to face her fears and make the necessary calls. Shauna finally musters the courage to call Dr. Now's office. During the conversation, Dr. Now expresses his concern about her missed appointment and realizes that she must still be in Kansas City. Shauna admits to losing the diet papers and explains her reluctance to call for another copy due to her fear of Dr. Now's reaction. However, Dr. Now reassures her that there's no reason to be mad at her for losing something and emphasizes the importance of staying connected for guidance. Dr. Now highlights the significance of the lost papers as they provided the initial steps toward progress. He questions Shauna's motivation and dedication to the program, pointing out that not only did she fail to keep track of the papers, but she also neglected to request a replacement. Dr. Now highlights the significance of the lost papers as they provided the initial steps toward progress.
Mom, okay, where y'all coming from?
Missouri, Kansas City.
Kansas. All right, Shauna, looks like you're at 6:59 today, huh? All right, so tell me a little bit about yourself. Have you been heavy all your you're stressed or what?
Usually either hungry or...
You're gonna start with the 1,200 calorie a day, high protein, low carb diet. So I'll give you a package, okay?
Yeah. Does that mean I'm in your program?
To 8,000 calorie a day to keep that weight down.
Yes, sir.
If you need anything, give me a call.
Okay.
All right, Shauna, nice to meet you.
He questions Shauna's motivation and dedication to the program, pointing out that not only did she fail to keep track of the papers, but she also neglected to request a replacement. Dr. Now challenges Shauna to consider her plan and level of commitment as he senses a lack of concern and a wavering desire for a life transformation. Acknowledging Shauna's efforts thus far, Dr. Now decides to give her another chance. He sets a new goal for her, asking her to lose over 50 pounds within 1 month based on her last weigh-in. Dr. Now agrees to send her another copy of the diet and stresses the importance of adhering to it strictly. He reminds Shauna to eat only 3 meals a day, avoid snacking, and focus on consuming lean meats and vegetables while eliminating high-calorie foods. Following the call, Shauna feels a mix of guilt and relief. She recognizes that Dr. Now was not pleased with her, but she's grateful for the opportunity to receive new papers and more time to achieve her weight loss goals. However, she's daunted by the amount of weight she needs to lose within the given time frame.
Dr. Now's Arden.
Okay, ma'am, who's calling?
Shauna Collins.
Okay.
I'm guessing you're still in Kansas City right now, huh?
Yes, sir.
So months ago. But the diet is only a temporary thing to get you in the right path. Okay?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna try harder, I promise.
Okay, good. But eventually, what are you gonna do? Because you don't seem very concerned about turning your life around. So what's going on? You doing your diet and everything you need?
Number 8. Sarita struggle with overeating. Sarita clearly recognizes that her overeating has become a dangerous problem, reaching a point where it's impacting her health and daily life. She acknowledges that she needs to make a change, but the question remains whether she's truly willing to do what it takes, or if she's searching for a quick fix or magical solution to solve her struggles. One of Sarita's biggest concerns is her lack of quality sleep. As a night owl, she finds herself constantly awake throughout the night, filled with fear and anxiety. Her weight has reached a level where she worries about not waking up due to its impact on her overall health. She's experienced health scares and has been told by doctors that her weight is a significant issue, further fueling her fear. Additionally, Sarita often wakes up in pain, further exacerbating her physical and emotional struggles. Despite her challenging circumstances, Sarita is grateful for her current living condition. She lives with her husband Lawrence and stepson, acknowledging that having a roof over their heads is something to be thankful for. However, living with her weight struggles adds an additional layer of difficulty to their daily lives. Sarita finds a sense of excitement and temporary relief in knowing that it's time to eat again, but she's well aware that this unhealthy coping mechanism perpetuates her cycle of overeating. Sarita's husband, Lawrence, recognizes the challenges she faces and acknowledges that he too enables her unhealthy eating habits at times. While he initially found it difficult to adjust to her size, he now understands the struggles she experiences.
That's an enabler. You bullying him to feed you, and you call that the enabler. Not bully him. So what does he have to say about that? 140 pounds? You're almost 4.5 times that. If you think losing 6 pounds a month is good progress, you're at 440. You're not 540. You're 591. This is your life, and you're not gonna live longer like that. Seem to get that, and I'm not sure your family is getting that too. If you're gonna do that, that, it's going to take you 6 to 7 years to lose that weight. From 40, you're not 240, you're not 340, you're not 440, you're not 540, you're 591. This is your life.
Lawrence observes that eating often serves as a way for Sarita to improve her mood or cope with stress, making it challenging for her to break free from her reliance on food. Seeking help and support, Sarita visits a doctor in Houston. During her consultation, she openly discusses her weight and past attempts at dieting, intermittent fasting, and lower carb options. However, she admits to feeling guilty after indulging in unhealthy food and finds it challenging to make long-lasting changes to her eating habits. The doctor emphasizes the need for discipline, making better food choices, and developing a thorough understanding of nutrition to support weight loss efforts. Sarita reveals that she has enablers in her household, with her husband being one of the main contributors. He often gives in to her desires to eat, preferring to avoid arguments. The doctor points out that this is not true support, but rather enabling behavior that hinders her progress. The doctor emphasizes the importance of both physical activity and dietary changes for Sarita's overall health. However, Sarita mentions that her knees often cause her pain, limiting her ability to engage in physical exercise. The doctor expresses concerns about Sarita's unhealthy habits and emphasizes the need for her to make better choices regarding her eating habits. He explains that weight loss surgery may be an option in the future, but for now, she must focus on discipline, understanding nutrition, and taking control of her eating habits. Sarita is given a target weight loss goal and encouraged to make consistent progress over the next 2 months. Despite the doctor's advice and encouragement, Sarita struggles to consistently adhere to the recommended diet and exercise routine. She acknowledges that her lack of consistency is a challenge for her, but she remains hopeful and determined to make positive changes in her life. Sarita continues to engage in physical activities like swimming and squats in an effort to improve her fitness levels and overall health.
I can do this now, but I'll be feeling it when I get out.
All right, get down in that water.
We're aware of what's going into my body, so it's easier for me to...
Right into it, but it sounds like you were abused.
Yeah.
What kind of abuse? What was that like?
It was horrible. Hear about foster care, that's the typical, that's what happened.
I feel bad because we're jumping.
The typical stories of foster care, the typical horrific things you normally hear.
Mom's attitude towards you was?
Like, I don't know, like
Number 7, Natalia's food struggles. Natalia opens up about her emotional connection to food, describing it as her best friend and a source of stress relief. She acknowledges that while she knows the food she consumes is unhealthy, breaking the long-standing habit is a challenging task. Despite feeling disappointed in herself for reaching this point, Natalia recognizes that dwelling on the past won't bring about any change. During her appointment with Dr. Now, Natalia introduces her fiancé Duane, highlighting the newfound support system she has in her family. She expresses her desire to make positive changes in her life as she yearns for a healthy and normal future, including marriage and starting a family. Dr. Now discusses Natalia's weight gain over the past 5 years, emphasizing the urgency to address her eating habits and lose weight to improve her health.
Natanya, good to see you again.
Yes, sir.
So you brought someone new with you this time. Here in the chart that you came in 5 years ago. How motivated you are to change your eating habit? How motivated you to change your life?
A great support system with my family. Like, I never just they really came through. And then, like, meeting him coming into my life.
Are you hungry in the morning?
No, sir.
But if you're not hungry, you don't have to eat. You should never get confused about one thing: eat less.
He underscores the importance of getting out of her motorized wheelchair and engaging in physical therapy to regain mobility. The conversation shifts to Natalia's eating habits, and Dr. Now advises her to eat less, regardless of what others may have told her about specific foods. He stresses the importance of portion control and reminds Natalia that she's consumed years' worth of food ahead of time due to her excessive eating. Dr. Now challenges Natalia to lose 40 to 50 pounds in 1 month to demonstrate her commitment to change. He cautions her that time is of the essence and urges her to start making immediate adjustments. Throughout her journey, Natalia shares her struggles and progress. She mentions the introduction of a physical trainer to help her with exercises, recognizing the need to push herself to exhaustion during workouts. Natalia acknowledges the difficulty of changing her eating habits after years of unhealthy choices, but she remains determined to overcome these challenges. Despite facing setbacks, such as gaining weight instead of losing it, Natalia understands the importance of honesty and accountability. Dr. Now confronts her about her lack of adherence to the prescribed diet, urging her to take responsibility for her actions and stop deceiving herself. In the end, Natalia reflects on her journey and the need to push through the difficulties. She acknowledges the importance of making changes now and vows to work harder to achieve her weight loss goals. Despite the obstacles, Natalia is determined to transform her life and overcome her struggles with food.
My concern is the physical. She's not really exercising like she needs to. She's comfortable. At first, she was lazy. Exhale 1.
Exercises.
And you all gonna work out?
Ooh, I hope you.
I'm really glad you made it in, and I'm feeling positive about your future.
Likewise, thank you. I'm in the bed, because I usually be in my chair about me being in pain today. In the bed. Doing it too hard because I'm hurt. What my purse said, I need to take my medicine.
And she'll continue to do it, and she'll get a whole lot better.
Number 6. Wes's transformative journey. In this episode of My 600-Pound Life, we witness an important turning point in Wes's journey towards a healthier lifestyle. It's been 2 days since his last appointment with Dr. Now, and now Wes is ready to say goodbye to unhealthy food. He acknowledges the need for a big cleanse and prepares to make significant changes to his diet and eating habits. Wes and his father begin the process of clearing out their cupboards, removing all the junk food and unhealthy snacks that have contributed to Wes's weight gain and overall poor health. Despite Wes's initial resistance, his father remains firm and determined to support his son's journey towards better health. Together, they dispose of the tempting foods, leaving only the soups and chicken broth behind. As they go through the items, Wes's father takes charge and encourages Wes to let go of the unhealthy food. He acknowledges the challenge of being told what to eat and what not to eat, but assures Wes that it's for his own well-being. Wes's father steps into the role of the junk food junkie police, ensuring that his son stays on track. Throughout the process, there's a mixture of humor, frustration, and love between Wes and his father. They engage in banter about the hidden stash of food, and Wes expresses his desire to be left alone at times. However, underlying it all is the recognition that his father genuinely cares for him and wants to help him overcome his addiction to unhealthy food. Wes's father takes some of the discarded items to the food bank, understanding the importance of giving back and supporting others in need. He acknowledges that Wes needs a little push to get started, but he believes in his son's ability to succeed.
Have you ever seen a penguin walk where they...
I want to pass out.
I remember growing up, you always saw those commercials of those old people that are like, and the first thing that runs through your mind is, oh my God, I'm gonna die. 111, and then 911 could come over because my door was unlocked and they could get me up.
What I'll order for breakfast. And oh my.
The thought of eating, especially the first time in the morning.
I got a few things for you. Okay, really, he should be around 200 pounds, so you got over 500 pounds to lose. In my book, to do this chapter 12, the extra calories a day, high protein, low carb diet that I'm gonna give you. And if you do that, then we'll consider you for weight loss surgery and do that.
Yes, sir.
All right, any questions?
Nope. No, sir.
And bed, then you're gonna be bedridden, depending on people to come and help you out. And then once you get bedridden,
okay.
The first step is to show me that you're ready for this by losing some weight. And
I'm falling, I can't get up. And you always laugh at it and you think, oh, haha, how funny. I'll get there.
You'll be jogging pretty soon.
Let's go back.
This act of taking the food to the food bank symbolizes a fresh start and a commitment to change. As time progresses, Wes reflects on his journey so far. He acknowledges the challenges he's faced, but also recognizes the effort he has put into the program. His father continues to provide support, accompanying him during exercises and meals to keep him accountable. However, Wes understands that he cannot rely on his father indefinitely and strives to become self-sufficient in his weight loss journey. Wes appreciates his father's love and care, acknowledging that his father is a good parent who looks out for him. However, he also recognizes that he must eventually navigate this journey on his own, especially after he gets approved for weight loss surgery. Wes is determined to become independent and self-reliant, knowing that he needs to develop the skills and habits necessary for long-term success. Number 5. Milla's remarkable transformation. Milla Clarke's incredible weight loss journey has brought her to a significant milestone. She's finally able to fit in a regular car, marking a significant improvement in her health. Milla's weight had reached a staggering 750 pounds at its peak, but through her determined efforts, she successfully shed an astonishing amount of weight, now weighing just 156 pounds. For Milla, this particular outing holds immense significance as it's her first time venturing out in 5 months. She eagerly anticipates her appointment with Dr. Now, the renowned weight loss specialist who's been instrumental in her transformation. The excitement and nervousness fill her as she reflects on the progress she's made thus far. In the past, Milla's weight had severely immobilized her, making it impossible for her to travel except by ambulance. However, thanks to her tremendous progress, she can now utilize a wheelchair and travel in a regular vehicle. This marks a momentous shift in her journey towards better health and independence. As Milla heads to her appointment with Dr. Now, she hopes to receive positive feedback regarding her weight loss and progress. The anticipation builds as she wonders how Dr. Now will react to her transformation and if he will recommend her for weight loss surgery.
Go. Yay! It worked. Thank you, Jesus. But at 490, less would be great. But if I'm at 490, I'll be happy.
Dead. She's not. But I'm not.
Milla's ultimate goal is to continue her path towards a healthier lifestyle, and she trusts Dr. Now's expertise and guidance in achieving it. Arriving at the doctor's office, Milla's expectations are mixed with excitement and a hint of nervousness. She acknowledges the progress she's made, but remains unsure of the exact amount of weight she has lost since her last appointment. However, she hopes for a significant reduction, preferably around 90 pounds, to further validate her hard work and dedication. With a sense of gratitude and determination, Milla steps into the office, ready to face the scale and hear Dr. Now's evaluation. She understands that her weight loss journey is a continuous process and that the results may vary. Nonetheless, Milla remains optimistic and committed to her health goals. In this pivotal moment, Milla's journey highlights the tremendous strides she's taken to improve her health and reclaim her life. From being immobilized and reliant on ambulances for transportation, she's transformed her lifestyle, resulting in a dramatic weight loss that allows her to fit into a regular car. This newfound mobility not only signifies physical progress, but also symbolizes the immense positive impact her weight loss has had on her overall well-being. Number 4. Enabling Mother's Addiction. The story revolves around Bethany Stout, a woman weighing approximately between 607 to 496 pounds, and her daughter's concerns about enabling her mother's eating addiction. Bethany's weight has caused her immense physical and emotional distress, making her feel as if she's falling apart. Chronic pain, sores, and constant discomfort plague her daily life. Despite these challenges, Bethany remains a dedicated mother to her 2 children, Isabella and Zoe. Bethany's limited mobility often requires assistance from her daughters, creating a burden she despises. Isabella, being 18 years old, takes on significant responsibility within the family, assuming the roles of cooking, cleaning, and caring for her younger sister Zoe.
And lose the weight and become healthy and become with my life, because my life revolves around taking care of my mom. I love my mom, and my mom is my best friend.
This dynamic places an unfair burden on Isabella, making her feel as though she's become the mother figure in the family. Bethany acknowledges the strain she places on her daughter and feels guilty for not being able to contribute more to the household. She recognizes Isabella's sacrifices and feels indebted to her for shouldering such responsibility at a young age. This unbalanced dynamic weighs heavily on Bethany's conscience as she longs to be an active and contributing member of her family.
The grocery store and at least ride on the motorized car.
I didn't really have anybody to stop me from eating. No, and he forced himself to continue to have the panic attacks, and I didn't know what they were. I really was scared over and that the state could have me, and my grandmother said, no, we're not gonna do that.
Despite her desire to do more, Bethany's addiction to food prevents her from taking control of her life. The cycle of overeating continues, leading to weight gain and further compounding her physical and emotional struggles. Bethany's husband, Sheldon, plays a role in enabling her behavior by bringing her meals throughout the day, allowing her to remain sedentary on the recliner. This lifestyle further isolates Bethany from the outside world and perpetuates her addiction. Bethany's eating habits have a significant impact on her family dynamics. The family occasionally eats together, but Bethany prefers to have her meals alone without distractions. Sheldon understands and respects her need for solitary eating, prioritizing her enjoyment and ensuring she has enough food to satisfy her cravings. This further isolates Bethany as she withdraws into her personal food experience. The struggles Bethany faces extend beyond her physical health and familial relationships. Her addiction to food stems from childhood, where she found solace and enjoyment in eating. Her upbringing lacked parental guidance, with her mother being absent due to addiction issues and her father frequently away for work. This left Bethany to fend for herself and indulge in sweets and junk food without any restrictions. As Bethany's weight continues to escalate, her daughter Isabella finds herself torn between wanting her mother to change and the fear of making her situation worse. Isabella recognizes the detrimental impact of enabling her mother's addiction, but feels trapped in a difficult situation. Refusing her mother's demands could lead to anger and resentment, making her mother's situation even more challenging. For Bethany, food is her source of happiness and comfort. She craves it constantly and believes that her life is incomplete without it. The mere thought of being without food is distressing to her, and she equates food with her emotional well-being. This deep-seated addiction poses a significant obstacle to Bethany's ability to overcome her weight struggles. Number 3. 649-pound woman's incredible progress. In the captivating weight loss journey of a 649-pound woman, her impressive progress caught the attention and admiration of renowned weight loss specialist Dr. Now. It takes tremendous courage to confront and accept a severe weight problem, but to do so on a reality television show under constant observation no less requires a different kind of determination and bravery. The individuals featured on My 600-Pound Life often find themselves in a desperate situation where their survival depends on seeking help. One such individual was Nikki Webster, whose transformation story stood out as one of the most astonishing in the show's history. Nikki's journey began during the 4th season of the show in 2016 when she was 33 years old and weighed around 650 pounds at the time. Her weight had become so unimaginable that she was even prohibited from seeing her nieces and nephews as her condition could potentially distress them. Every aspect of Nikki's life was profoundly affected by her weight. The pain she experienced upon waking up every day was overwhelming, as well as performing basic tasks like cleaning herself. She felt trapped and struggled to move her body, often experiencing significant discomfort. Nikki had battled with being overweight since childhood and had spent her entire life attempting various diets. However, whenever she stopped dieting, she would inevitably regain the weight, creating a frustrating cycle. Like any teenager, Nikki longed to be the most attractive girl in school, but it seemed like an unattainable goal for her. The taunting and bullying she faced due to her size only worsened her emotional state, leading her to use food as a means of escape. Nikki once expressed that food is one thing I have control over, highlighting her complex relationship with eating. As Nikki reached adulthood, her weight continued to escalate and she found herself trapped in a cycle of obesity. It was at this point that she realized she needed professional help. However, attempting to turn her life around while weighing around 600 pounds presented significant challenges. Nikki was acutely aware that each pound lost meant she was gaining back her life, but the journey was far from easy. Before Nikki's trip to Houston to meet Dr. Now, there were several bizarre and heart-wrenching moments that stood out. Living with her parents at the time, Nikki struggled to perform simple tasks. She had difficulty washing herself and even getting out of bed. Her parents' actions were equally distressing as they fed her life-threatening meals multiple times a day. They went so far as to install a stair lift in their house, enabling them to bring junk food upstairs so Nikki wouldn't have to exert herself by coming downstairs. The enabling behavior of her parents added to the complexity of Nikki's situation. Despite the difficulty she's faced, Nikki had the drive to work at a theater, demonstrating that she still possessed a strong work ethic. However, her weight made it increasingly challenging to perform even basic tasks associated with her job. It was evident that her job security was at stake, which led to her to recognize the urgent need for radical changes in her life. She described herself as a ticking time bomb, aware that without intervention, her health would continue to deteriorate rapidly.
Food is one thing I have control over. It hurts my feelings when you talk to me about it.
I wanted what she wanted, and she wanted it then. She learned how to work us pretty quickly. That's just heartbreaking.
Heated by a condition that I put upon myself. I feel like I have this bag of donuts and my chocolate milk, and it's like...
Nikki's decision to seek help led her to Houston to meet Dr. Now. During their initial consultation, Dr. Now questioned Nikki about her eating habits, shedding light on the fact that her parents were contributing to her weight gain by continuously providing her with excessive amounts of food. The dynamic between Dr. Now and Nikki's father became tense, raising concerns about trust and enabling behaviors. Dr. Now made it clear that these patterns had to change for Nikki to succeed and emphasized the necessity of her complete commitment to the prescribed diet plan. To qualify for weight loss surgery, Nikki was required to lose 50 pounds. Faced with limited option, Nikki embarked on the difficult journey of following the prescribed diet plan. It wasn't an easy path, but Nikki persevered and eventually received the green light for the weight loss procedure. Through the surgery and her unwavering dedication, Nikki managed to lose a remarkable 130 pounds. However, her adventure didn't end there.
So, your EKG look good?
No, I did not.
Now you know how to do it, right?
Yes, most definitely.
Yes, to be sure that you are ready for surgery now. Okay? It's not able to transport enough oxygen for your body. So we got a little ways to go. I want you to lose another 50 pounds over the next couple of months.
Number 2, firefighters' heroic weightlifting. Octavia Nichelle, weighing approximately between 692 to 456 pounds, found herself in a challenging situation due to her excessive weight. Recognizing the need for specialized assistance in her mobility, it became apparent that traditional methods of transformation wouldn't suffice in her case.
Okay, all right. I'll just sit up on the side of the bed.
Count it out for me.
2, 3.
I got you. You ain't going nowhere.
Good luck to you.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
I wanted her to hit her goal and get to a healthier place to make this trip safer.
Okay. Get the stretcher in and get you moving.
Okay, cool.
All right, you ready?
Yes, hold my butt, don't fall out.
It's embarrassing to have all of this just to be able to leave my apartment.
Be good, okay? Promise me.
I know it's God's will that she goes down here and does this, and He's gonna take care of her.
Sensing the urgency and importance of the situation, a dedicated team of firefighters stepped in to provide the necessary expertise and support. The firefighters confronted the significant task of relocating Octavia to a more suitable and comfortable environment. They quickly realized that a conventional ambulance or regular stretcher would be inadequate for accommodating her weight and size. Faced with this obstacle, the firefighters resorted to their resourcefulness and problem-solving skills to devise an effective solution that would cater to Octavia's needs. Their ingenious idea was to place a mattress in the back of a van, transforming the vehicle into a makeshift platform capable of safely bearing Octavia's weight during transportation. This creative approach allowed for a smoother transfer, reducing the risk of any potential injuries to both Octavia and the responding firefighters. By utilizing this improvised setup, the firefighters ensured that Octavia could be moved securely while prioritizing her safety and comfort. With careful coordination and unwavering determination, the firefighters carefully lifted the woman onto the mattress in the back of the van. The physical exertion required for such a task is undoubtedly immense, highlighting the strength and endurance of these dedicated professionals. Their training and experience in handling challenging situations allowed them to execute the rescue with the utmost care and precision. Throughout the entire process, the firefighters demonstrated compassion and empathy, recognizing the sensitivity of the situation and the woman's vulnerability. Their focus wasn't only on the physical act of moving her, but also on ensuring her well-being and providing the necessary support and reassurance throughout the operation. The successful completion of this challenging task highlights the extraordinary efforts and skills of the firefighters involved. Their ability to adapt to unique circumstances and devise innovative solutions showcases their commitment to serving the community and going above and beyond to assist those in need. In conclusion, the story of Octavia Nichelle and the firefighters who carried her to a mattress in the back of a van highlights the profound impact that acts of compassion, resourcefulness, and teamwork can have on individuals' lives. Their innovative solution not only ensured Octavia's safe transportation, but also inspired her to embark on a transformative journey of her own, leading to personal growth, entrepreneurship, and an enhanced ability to care for her children. This remarkable story serves as a testament to the power of human kindness and the potential for positive change, even in the face of daunting challenges.
Right now that we need to address, other than your weight and lack of ability to get up and move, almost 700 pounds. That's very concerning. So go to rehab for a couple of months and see if we can build up some strength on your to get those diet instructions so she understands what's going on, because she's still have a lot of work to do. We started you on a 1,200 calorie a day diet so we can get your weight down. Be able to lose at least 50 pounds a month.
Okay.
And if you do that, then I will approve you. We get the ambulance to take you to rehab, and you're gonna start working with them every day.
Number 1. Theater's Culinary Odyssey. The story revolves around individuals who've developed a strong affinity for food, particularly those who are considered gross eaters due to their extreme eating habits and excessive weight. One such person, Theater, finds immense pleasure in the arrival of an ice cream truck, which he eagerly waits for every day. The ice cream truck's melodic tunes signal the beginning of a culinary adventure for Theater as he rushes outside to satisfy his insatiable cravings. Despite Theater's weight-related challenges, he has managed to establish a recurring account with the ice cream man. This account allows him to access the ice cream truck's treats regularly. For Theater, the moment the ice cream truck pulls up in his neighborhood represents the highlight of his day.
What I get for you today? Lee, what's going on? All right. Let me get 3 sodas. 3 sodas. 2 strawberry shortcake. All right. An ice cream sandwich. 2 fudge round pies. All right. Appreciate you. All right. So that's how I start my breakfast.
Close. So since you lost that weight, I'm gonna approve you for weight loss surgery. Because if you don't stay on track, we won't move ahead. And we're gonna do some testing on you. As long as you lost 25 pounds in the next one and your tests look good, we will move ahead. Then we're gonna do some tests on him. In the meantime, if you all need anything, give me a call.
Okay. Okay.
Okay?
The tantalizing array of treats presented before him is enough to motivate him to push past his physical limitations and embark on the short journey outside. This endeavor even serves as his primary form of exercise. Theater's order demonstrates his unwavering commitment to indulging in his favorite foods. He requests a substantial amount of sugary beverages, bags of hot fungus, presumably a snack, a strawberry shortcake, an ice cream sandwich, fudge rum pies, nutty butter, and a plain older buddy, which is another ice cream treat. His order reflects his voracious appetite and his desire to consume a variety of items in large quantities. Theater's devotion to his love for ice cream is evident as he admits that it's one of his preferred breakfast choices. Starting his day with ice cream acts as a catalyst for improving his mood. However, Theodore's appetite doesn't wane after consuming the initial sugary treat. Well guys, that about does it for this video. See you next time. Bye for now.